I am back. It has been a weekend, and I can state that the weekend went good, fairly good, and sometimes you are intact, sometimes you are not. Sometimes you are up there, and sometimes you are below the surface. So let's talk about life. Life. Life as it is. I want to be honest about life, because life is mysterious. It's mysterious that life appeared due to the evolutionist. It's more or less impossible to grasp how life appeared. But there are situations in our life that we feel intolerable, and everyone is talking about love, including in joining. Everybody is talking about how great the world will be if everyone includes everyone. It can be a hard case. It can be tormenting when you end up outside. I'm there. I'm the one that are outside. I'm not within. I'm not joining any group, because I think that many groups of people corrupts life. Is that life? What you define? To have a lot of money, to have a lot of friends, to have a lot of equipment, to have intellectual attributes. What is life? Life is, as we can see in the nature, something that is receiving everything, receiving light, temperature, either it's cold or warm. It's receiving rain. It's also receiving pollution. Life to a plant, receiving all this. And they say that the pollution of the sea is making the fish and the life, marine life, polluted. So I met a Jewish guy in Israel. He said that he wanted to have this tuna fish, which was not old, that was not grown old, because it didn't have any mercury, a lot of mercury in the body. And I've been thinking about that. The tuna fish is a collector of mercury in the sea water, because there are so much pollution in the sea. And I can't deny, I can't confirm whether it is or it's not. I would listen to people that have studied this kind of thing. But look, our body is more or less only polluted by the prefabricated food that we eat. It's a kind of a contradictory, because we ought to eat clean. I try to do that by eating seeds, which seems to be more clean, more something of cleanliness, of purity. Seeds, it's also stated in the Bible that we should eat fruit with its seeds. Because seeds have this, what do you call it? I don't know. It has some bitterness to it that maybe the body know how to deal with. Because if you eat seeds, apple seeds is not nice to eat. Pumpkin seeds, it's not all that happy taste. And bread is from this wheat seed that is grained. So in many cases we all eat what is clean. But I wonder how the machinery in the society does its work with the bread that they here in Norway, at least, because it is making people ache in their stomach. I think they put something in this bread, this mixture, that is a secret, but it smells nice and it looks nice, but when you eat it, it's not all that nice. I think they have something that we don't tolerate. And they were talking also about their long chips in McDonald's. I don't want to spoil the whole McDonald's business because I'm dependent on the good coffee they are serving there. The seeds from the coffee beans. And but they say that the tomatoes that they wanted is of this size. It is of this size. But in order to grow them, it needs a lot of processes in order to, because it is so toxic, it's so spoiled, it's so bad, that still it grows very long, and it takes days before it can be processed further on in the machinery. So how come we pervert everything? Everybody is going to McDonald's to eat fries. Don't go there. Just listen to this voice. The fries from McDonald's is not good for you. Make them at home. Buy them in the groceries. I think those are better. Smaller and better. Even the potatoes are fermented, intoxicated, bad. They say that if you have a green spot on the potato, it is a poison. So how do we know that all the potatoes that goes into the machinery of McDonald's is good? It's also stated that it's bad. So life. How is life? On your side, do you pollute your own life? Do you pollute your ideas, your standpoint, your attitude? Is it polluted by different voices? Are you keeping yourself naive to the information that is given by the so-called professionals, by the so-called professors and historians? I don't pick any topic because I want to generalize what I'm talking about. Are we that naive to life that we think that we own the truth? But we don't. We have to admit, we don't know anything. everything that we know have been brought to us from somewhere. Somewhere with, sometimes they had intentions. They wanted us to believe so and so. But when you grow older, when your life span have been longer, you get to know bits and parts of those truths that you believed naively to be not all that right. It seems to be something beneath the truth that you believed in before. I think that the naivety of the world is more profound today. How profoundly naive people are to the information they are given, as that is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. We have to be objective. We have to admit that we are subjected to information that is given. Life is all about how well you succeed. What a lie. What a lie. Life, as for me, is to be honest, to be calm, to be satisfied, to be at ease with myself, to level everything out, to be able to justify even the wrong things. Even if you eat all my food, I will justify it because it was not mine to begin with. If you take all my items, maybe that can be justified too. If you spoiled my childhood, many people have this childhood that they can't remember. It was so hard, it was so devastating for them to be brought up in this kind of world, in their own environment. It was so hard for them to even experience good life, even know that this is the life. They couldn't grasp that life is like that. Every day, even every dream or fantasize or night was an attempt to get out of this reality they were brought up in. The church made statement about God, God's will, God's mission, God's love. I think people say whatever they say in order to achieve some goals in their life, to manipulate the truth, the subject, the object. They want to manipulate everything, like we manipulate matter. They want to even split atoms. Want to split everything and make turmoil, make war, make life sucks. How much of a grief do they need to see in other people's eyes in order for them to be satisfied with the turmoil they have created? They want to build their own chambers, their own mansions of gold, diamonds, and everything. They want to have everything. But they don't care about what people are undergoing, what people are doing. Some people even have agendas that they don't even care about the casualties of other people. The kind of sacrifice they are willing to do on other people's behalf in order for them to achieve a mission. Like the Hamas, like the Christian missionaries. It's a kind of a mission in itself, that the family is torn apart. I heard from some British, Norwegian, some cult there in London or England was praying to their Satan or their own God in order to achieve that Christian families are split, that Christian families are broken, especially those that have a leader position, that they fall to adultery. They fall to grief, the urge of money, the steal, the bribe, everything. And also that there were some cults in Africa that prayed for the destruction of the families that came there to preach the gospel. It's spoiling. The life have its own anti-life. Life have its own counter force, counter entity. That is death. That is destruction. Life is something that you see blooming. Something very beautiful. That is even a flower beside a lady makes the lady beautiful. A smile from a human makes the human so beautiful. But people only see destruction, see the envy, see the hate that is filling people's life. So they want to achieve on other people's behalf destruction of everything, but they want to achieve their goal. It's sometimes it is very selfish, and when it comes to some organization, church or political entity or religion, it's all about death, destruction. It seems to be unavoidable for people that are in position. It seems to be unavoidable that people in a position that they know well that they are destroying people's life. I even heard from a well-known person that we won't listen to naysayers. We won't listen to people that are criticizing us. We won't listen to them. We won't listen to people that have different opinions. So you see, there is a so fixed on their own ambition that they can't see beyond. And I think that innate, or in order to follow that drive, it is self-proving that they need to see also people's counter acts their disagreements. I think they need to see it in order to feel approved of what they are doing. Like some Jehovah's Witnesses that I met earlier on. They need the counterfight in order to define themselves as just, as righteous, as those that are the party that is right, because they are, what can we call that? Persecuted. They are persecuted for their own belief. But in many cases they just mistake it. They only take advantage of that kind of a victim role, that they are persecuted because they are preaching the right gospel. But what a cowardly argument. Not only Jehovah's Witnesses is doing that, but I think that is the drive of many organizations and also persons, that they feel victimized by people that say what you do is not good. You are not considering people's reaction, people's life. You just aim for your own goal, and that is all what matters to you. Don't you have any reflections on the impact that this does to others? You do it obviously for the right reason. That is, we can't judge the intention of what people are doing. Why am I doing this? Why are you doing that? We can't judge it. But the impact we can judge. We can judge the impact. Not, we can't judge the intentions. So that's why I say that maybe part of this victim role of people that are managing this kind of a drive, this kind of a agenda to do this and that for whatever reason, is the need of seeing that people are suffering is a confirmation that this is right. So I'm sorry to say, people in high position, it's no wonder why Jesus said that our fight is not against flesh and blood. It's about powers that drives people crazy, that drives people to the end, because they have no second thoughts of what they are doing. They are so encapsulated by what they are doing and why they are doing it, so they don't even care about the consequences of what they are doing. They don't care. That is, I think that is the right thing to state. They have no consideration. It's only for the mission. It's only for their agenda. How did it came to this? Life is all about nourishing, giving people hope, giving people something to live for. Not go over a corpse in order to achieve something. As we say in Norway, we go a leak. We step on corpses in order to achieve. What is that? Life is about nourishing. Why? And people that define themselves as a life promoting, life encouraging? Why do they go over corpse in order to achieve what they want to achieve? Why? I can't answer all the questions, but I can ask the questions because many people are victimized by others. What do you think that Palestinians feel now when Hamas did what it did and you take advantage of the civilian population and civilians' situation just in order to attack Israel? What kind of a mentality is that? Many other Christians and secular organizations, they say that we did it for this and that, but they have no consideration for the casualties of people. So life is all about good. Life is good. That is a simple, very simple and profound statement. Life in itself is good. And life, if you put life into some cancer, it will bring healing. It will be a healing moment. When you put life into something very dead and detrimental, when you let it shine, put a flower beside a human being, it enhances everything. Put a flower, a fruit, a seed. It's all about something that may be looked at as dead, but it is in itself life. When it is nourished, when it receives sunlight, watering, it blooms. Air, it blooms, it sprouts. Life is a sprouting mechanism. Over life, it's silent. Life is silent. Why would I say something like that? I am shouting. Is it because I'm afraid of death? I'm shouting because something is of fear. Life is all about calmness, silence. And maybe if we learn from the seeds, it's silent. It have no voice. Maybe we should contain what we receive in a better way than we do. I had this idea that if I got sick, I should justify it. I should accept it as it is. You as my brother, you as my friend, you can pray for me. You can ask for God's blessing on your brother, on your sister, on your friend, on your children. But the object that is sick in itself may not be so brave. Maybe he or she can justify why this is happening. Internalize why and how to deal with this turmoil. But we, as bystanders, should activate the healing process of praying. Okay, life is also silent. So be silent and be a voice of life, voice of truth, voice that can be received. So, shalom to everyone, peace for Israel. Bye-bye.